Hi, friends. This is Caitlin. I am so happy to be back with you. It is another sneak peek week for Pink and Maine. This April release is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I did see a bunch of people checking in already. That just makes my heart so happy. So we're going to be using 4 new products on today's card, but I also have a stack of sneak peeks set to the side. And I'm still getting specifics, but either Donna or I will be here also tomorrow. um, Probably me. I will probably be back here at 8:30 tomorrow for sneak peek round 2, but just fair warning, it might be Donna. So someone will be with you tomorrow for a sneak peek. But I wanted to start off with a little sneak peek because why not? So one of the new items that I think is just so beautiful. There's 2 layering stencil sets with this release, and one we're going to use tonight. And so I wanted to share with you the other one. So this is what the other one looks like once it's colored. And so it looks like this. So you get 2 stencils, and each stencil has 2 parts of the butterfly situation. So when you stack them all together, and you can see Pink and Maine has added these little notches all the way around right here and here. And that's nice because when you are ink blending, you can fill those in when you start. You don't have to just use these on the side. It'll help keep you kind of straight the whole way across. And then when you put your next one down, you can line those up in the same spots, and they'll make sure that everything stays in order. So this is the Radiating Butterfly Stencil. And so that's what it looks like when all 4 layers are inked in. So I thought that would be a fun one to share while we're letting everybody else kind of find us and jump into the live. Beverly, I also love sneak peeks. I do too. So let's see. Let's do a quick run through. I see Deanne. Lori's checking in from Wisconsin. Virginia's here. Les is checking in from a plane. Lynn in Arizona. Susan in Georgia. Lori R from California. Karen's here. I saw her checking in earlier, leaving comments, tagging people. Thank you so much for that, Karen. I appreciate you. Annette from Montreal. Kathleen from SoCal. Melissa's here from Nova Scotia. Beverly's checking in. Susan's here. Jansette's checking in. Judith's here. Maureen from Utah. Kathleen, love it. Thank you guys so much. I am going to go ahead and switch views. Natasha's checking in because we have so much to look at. So the first thing that I was excited about is we've been on here begging for more cut-ups, and we're getting them. We're getting the cut-ups. So we have a full butterfly themed set of cut-ups for our toner. These are all toner printed sentiments, shapes, right? Be the change you wish to see in the world. Be the good. See the good. Congrats. Have a beautiful day. These large hearts. So all of these are printed with toner. One second. And you can foil them, and they're already die cut out for you. So you don't have to worry about cutting them out. They're already ready to go. We've been loving the cut ups. And so I was thrilled when I saw that those were going to be a part of the next release. So thrilled, in fact, that I used one already for my Instagram hop card. And I'm going to show you a real quick sneak peek of that. So it looks like this. So I used that Be the Change You Wish to See in the World with the blue. I foiled it with the blue stars. So that's my little sneak peek to you for Friday. There's always an Instagram hop now on Friday for a chance to win a gift card. And so from that set, we're going to be using the Wishing You the Best. Okay, and I have this is the Fairy Wings Violet foil. So we're going to use that. But I never thought we would ever see this, but it is finally here. We now have white toner sheets. And I don't know if everybody understands what a big deal this is. This is crazy. Um, so it's white ink, right? You have to put toner ink. So it's white ink, full sheets, so that now when we're foiling the negatives of our images, we can do it onto white. So we're going to use one of these for the opposite of this. I'm not going to use it because I'm not going to have the shape. Like what we create isn't going to go on a card, but we are going to do one just to see like how it works. Because my mind is just blown. Lisa, I hear you. I saw your Lisa is Lisa, just with an E, like a Lisa instead of with an I, but not Lessa. Got it. Oh, Carmen, I'm so glad to see you. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing okay. Yes, very excited for white. Okay, the next thing that we are going to be using on our card, this is our layered butterfly dies. And so it comes with 8 dies. You get 4 solid butterflies and 4 designs. And so when you stack them, this is what those look like. So we're going to play with those. And to bring it all together, this is the second stencil set that is new. This is the butterfly background stencils. And it's 4 stencils, and you have enough space here that you can do a slimline, mini slimline. I think we could even do like a 5x7. It'd be pretty close. Yeah. Yep. You could do a 5x7 with these. So whatever size you need, you get the bodies, you get some decorative dots, you get the top and bottom of the butterflies, and then the same thing, these have those little circles notched in all the way around so that you can line them up super easily to ink blend, which is what we're going to do and where we're going to start. Full disclosure, I, as you can see, have not used any of this stuff yet. This is all fresh out of the packaging. So we're in on this adventure together. We're going to start with a piece of ice rink cardstock, and I think we're going to use some of the asphalt when we die cut our butterflies. So we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, as everything is falling up there. I need, what do I need? I'm just going to put a piece of printer paper under this, my cardstock so I can keep my area nice and clean. Let's just start with butterflies. Let's tape this down because, yeah, Jen sent me too. I think using that white toner sheet is going to be really cool. And Karen, I agree. I think this is so fun, such a fun way to make this background. So I'm going to tape the top and bottom just to make sure that this whole thing stays in place. All right. Hey, Connie. And we are going to just use a magnet because my glass board is magnetic. So we're just going to use a magnet to hold these down. You can use tape. You could do this on a, like a Wendy Becky Make Art, one of these guys that's like magnetic, if that helps. You could just tape your stencil if that helps. So I grabbed a little fun palette here, pink, teal, and purple. We have Dress Shop, Lakeside. I always do that. Lakeside and Night Sky. And so I think we're gonna go dress shop and night sky for the butterflies, and then we'll do the teal for the polka dots on the background. So I am just gonna dive right in. I'm gonna make sure when I do this that I'm getting those dots in those corners, even though they're on the printer paper, because now our printer paper and cardstock are taped together. They're gonna act like one piece. And I am really okay if some of these wings are darker than others. I think that'll actually add kind of a cool look. And we're not going to use the whole panel. So adding a little bit of variation here and there is just going to mean that I have even more like options when we go to trim this down. Okay, I think I'm pushing a little too hard with my brush. So let's get this lined back up. Be a little bit more gentle. So there's layer one. So pretty. And then we can do, oh yeah, you could definitely use one of those gel grips, like the little gel inserts. And so this is letting me line up my stencil perfectly with those little circles, those little keys that we added. Okay. And we're going to switch to Russia. Which is going to be a really pretty pink. And that's why I picked that Fairy Wings Violet foil for our sentiment, because it kind of has that pink and purple. Just thought that would be really pretty. And I love these butterflies for like birthdays, like Mother's Day season is coming, I think. And I love the idea that Michelle's kind of leaning into the like transformation part of the butterfly, right? Like the be the change, transforming from a caterpillar into a butterfly. Change is okay. And not everything from this release is butterflies. There's just a good bit of butterflies, but we'll look at some non-butterfly specific things here soon. So there's our second layer with our little butterfly wings. Let's go in and do our little background polka dots next, and then we'll wrap up with the little butterfly bodies. And I'm using the Simon Says Stamp blending brushes. I do love those Pink and Main brushes. They look like this. They're the ergonomic. I just don't have enough to have like a full set. So I found myself grabbing these. But we also love Heidi at Simon Says Stamp. She is a big Pink and Main supporter. So we can always show them some love too. Oh. Some of my polka dots are going to be darker than others. If you don't want yours darker, I would say tap your brush off on the side before you start ink blending each round. And that's going to make sure that those first circles that you blend on, or whatever the spot is that you're ink blending on, doesn't just hold all of that ink. But it's all up to you. There's our polka dots. And then I really think that their little bodies are going to bring this whole thing together. Yep, these are 4 sheets of stencils for this one set. Use our little keys to get these lined up. This one's a little easier to line up too, because we can see where their little bodies should go. And these I definitely want nice and dark. I don't need a lot of variation on the bodies. I'm just going in with the asphalt ink for our black. Depending on how small you're going to cut these, you could probably get 2 panels out of this whole thing. All right, time for our grand reveal. Go. So that is our 4-part stencil background. I just love those. They're so pretty. So you get all those different little butterflies, little polka dot background, 4 colors all in one go. Love that. All right, and then for our die cut butterflies, we're probably going to make 2. We might only use 1, but they just look so pretty. I just want to try. Like, I want the background to be, there's a lot going on in the background. So I don't want to do like a ton of these covering. I'm kind of envisioning like one bigger one with the sentiment, which is right here, right? Like a little, like that. So one's probably okay. We should do, these 2 are the ones that kind of fit that size the most, their shape the most. Maybe we'll do these 2 just so I can play around with having 1 or 2. And what I want to do is ink blend the base of our cardstock. As you can see, these detail dies, they're going to cut out these outlines, and then like the blue and the green are going to be the white cardstock. What's starting is white. So I want to ink blend my white and do the outline with black, is what I'm thinking. I wonder if we could use a sticky pad and add flock through the stencil. I'm sure that you could. Or if you had a lot of patience, you could take one of those quickie blue pens that we used last week and now I can't find. But you could like glue pen their little bodies and put flock and flock them that way too. I think that would be adorable and give them some little fuzzy abdomens. I don't know if that's the right term. I just pulled that out of nowhere. Okay, so we are going to, I had a piece of black cardstock. I know I did. I don't know. I'm seeing these. I have it when I need it in a minute. And we're going to take another piece of our ink ring cardstock to ink blend on. This just needs to be little. Just organized chaos over here all the time. Oh, look. And then I found it because that's how things always go here. What size? 5.5 by 4.25. A little less than a quarter. Interesting. Well, that might be our card base. If it is really short, we should just use it. Okay, so I want to stick with the blue and purple, I think. And I'm just going to make two kind of diagonal circles. Okay. And then we're going to go in with our purple and kind of make a line between them. This would also be a really fun one to watercolor the base of, I think. Just kind of like want to get an idea. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's add a little bit more purple here and a little bit more pink over here. We'll get those taped down and run those through our machine, little die cutting machine. Hey, Krista. I saw Sharon checking in too. I definitely saw Maureen and Annette. And Mary's checking in from New Jersey. Hey, Mary. All right, let's. Oh, because my cardstock has that ink on it, the tape does not want to stick. I just thought this would be such a fun way to add multiple elements that color coordinate, but make them like custom. So now those are super pretty. And we would pop them up, or we're going to pop them up in my mind. That's the vision I have, to help give them a little bit of space and separate them from the busier background. We could probably have also done the bases in black and ink blended the outline, and that would give them a little more separation. It just felt a little heavy for what I was going for. But like fall time, 100% I want to cut these out of black bases and do orange detail lines to go for, what are those called? It's going to make me really upset. Those beautiful orange and black butterflies. Oh, Sharon, I'm so glad that you like the purple. Misty's here and she's checking in from San Diego. All right, let's get our, this is our embossing tool that we use, but on the other side we have a little pokey tool. So let's start popping this out for anybody who is newer, because you never know. The holes in the back of the die give you space so that you can pop out all of these solid pieces, and you could also like color and add those in too. There's no like rules. It would be very tedious, but I'm sure it would look beautiful. And we're going to be very careful and gentle while we pull that out, so we get that beautiful outline. I love this. This is definitely so far. I mean, things could still go a little crazy. It wouldn't be the first time for me, right? But this is definitely so far giving the vibe I was hoping it would. My vision is definitely coming to life. So these little guys pop right out. This would also be so beautiful if you did the bottom solid layer in vellum, or like a pearlescent vellum. They're beautiful. Let's see. Let's. What I did with their packaging. That's okay. So let's. Kathleen asked if there's a chance that we would have those mini detail brushes. They were on the website like for sale on their own, Kathleen, for a little bit, but I'm not sure if that was just like what was left over from like making the kits, because I did see them at one point, but if they're not up now, they were probably just for that. But I can definitely make sure that Michelle knows that a detail style brush is needed. And she's like always super receptive. So we can definitely let her know. All right, so I just added tiny little dots of my Easy Squeeze glue. And this is nice because the body and the little antenna are going to line up perfectly. So I can kind of use that as my center guide. And that will help me to line up the wings the way they're meant to be, because they give you that little bit of a space, a little bit of outline right around the edges. And I just think that's so pretty. So I'll just pop it on here while we do the other one, so you can kind of see the vision, right, of how they're gonna like kind of come to life. Just tiny little dots. And if you're worried about these staying down, you can always add an acrylic block or like a book or something on top while they dry. That's what I was doing with that ink square, that ink pad. I was just kind of pushing down so you get like a nice flat surface. No, my antennas are flip-flopped. There we go. Little flyaway pieces. But there are our two beautiful little butterflies. They ended up kind of like half and half each, which was not super intentional. It's funny that they're half and half down the middle vertically, where the ones on the background are half and half horizontally. But I think that they're still very pretty. Missy, yes, all of the stuff that we're using besides our white and black cardstock and the actual foil color is new product that will be out on Friday, this Friday, April 19th, as part of the April release from Pink and Maine. Which is so cute. So we will have more sneak peeks tomorrow. This week I am traveling to Dallas for Go Wild on Thursday. So I will be back here, or Donna might be back here, but from what I understand, it will most likely be me. We'll be back here tomorrow at 8:30 instead of Thursday. All right, and so I'm going to turn this on and let her heat up. We always go to 3. We have our, let me get my cheer foil and my white toner sheets that are brand new. We're probably not going to be using the white one because I really want to use the shape of this cut up. I love the rounded shape. I thought that went so well with the butterfly shapes. But I have to know what the toner does. I have to know how it looks. It's gonna drive me absolutely insane. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Virginia. So Virginia did some researching for us, and she said that those detail little blending brushes from the Advent calendar are still available on the website. They are listed as limited edition, but they are still available. So if anybody needs more of those little blending brushes, you still have time to grab them. Thank you so much, Virginia. So I cut out a little piece of our white toner sheet. You can see it's still shiny. It has that toner coating. And we're going to cut a piece of our cheer foil. And I remembered I had this Fiskars like sewing pizza cutter, and it's so good for cutting foil. I mean, come on. It's covered in sewing fabric lint, but around here, what's not covered in something? You know what I mean? All right. Missy, yeah. Yep, the toner is still just toner. It's just that it's white instead of black. But there are definitely not many, if any, other companies that have white toner sheets available. I'm sure there are some. But from what I've heard, it is not an easy thing to do, to make. And so I'm just very excited to have that option because there have been, if anyone was here when we did our foiled skeleton card, our mini slimline skeletons, they had to be I did black and red because that was the best thing I could think of. But now if I could do black and white, like that, I know it seems silly and very specific, but that is the ideal scenario that I have in my mind. Because the black and red was fine, but I wanted them to be white. And so to be able to do that would have been lovely. So sorry, I dusted off the underside of my foil and the top side of our foilable cut up. And then I laid both in my sleeve that goes through the machine, pretty side up. We're just going to let them run through and cool down. So we're going to let that cool. We have our white toner sheet as well. While that cools, let's just trim this panel down. I know I'm going to want to do that. Let's see if we can like actually maybe get I think I'm making this one. So that's how wide are you? 5.5, and we don't need all 5.5. So let's do 3. It's not straight. Whatever. We're gonna go 3 3/4. We're just gonna have to trim all the way around a little bit because it's not gonna be even. So 3 3/4 by 5. A little sliver. Okay. Not another full panel, but maybe like a mini slim one with what's left. All right, let's reveal our sentiment. So pretty. So wishing you the best, right? That's going to go on our card. And more importantly, we have wishing you the best like that. We're going to dust off one more time. It just looks like there's a little something on there. We're going to get this lined up back in our sleeve. And we could trim this or die cut it right once it's gone through. We could do all kinds of things. Miss, you sent it to did you send me a message on Facebook? I'll have to go in and check to see. I didn't see any messages or requests come through, but I'll double check it. Thanks, Layla. All right, so there is our, oh, that was the wrong thing to do. Here we go. This is the plug we want to unplug. Oh yeah, Oma, we had We're having a blast over here doing some sneak peeking. So that's interesting. It left a little bit of the shape of the die, which I think we could still just cut around it, but that's good to know. We're gonna have to play with that a little more to see if that was like a one-off or like a me problem, but it's still pretty and I still like it. Because especially if you weren't doing it with a, if you weren't doing this with a cut up and you were just doing it with like a full panel, then it super wouldn't matter. But that's the other thing. You guys know you can always trust me to be real honest about what happens because we're live and we're not hiding anything. Figure it out as we go. But see, you can just trim that right out. Wishing you the best. Wishing you the best. Wishing you the best. I kind of like them both. All right. Let's start assembling and see where this goes. So I want to, we're in the home stretch. I want to take a piece of my asphalt cardstock, rude, 5.5. By 4.25. And I still have, right? Sharon said, now you have your cutting lines. 100%. That is very true. So I have multiple sneak peeks to still show you guys at the end that I have set aside. I showed you that one extra stencil set at the beginning, and we have our stencil set that we used together just now. We have our dies, we have our cut ups and our white toner sheets. And then I have 3 more sneak peeks for you guys as soon as we get this card assembled, this card front at least. All right, so we're going liquid glue our little panel that we cut down a 1/2 inch from each side. So it's 3 3/4 by 5. This is kind of what I'm envisioning. Like that, but like popped. And you know what we're gonna need. I'll just go grab it now because we are all under the same impression that we're obviously gonna need confetti, right? That's not the same. I had this whole roll of foam tape here a minute ago. She's in the drawer. Oh, so Annette said, try waiting longer before peeling off the foil. Colored and white toner is more fussy. So Annette, do you think I should try like leaving more time for both? Because I felt like I let them fully cool, but is it like when I'm cooling off from the first time or the second or both? Because it is my first time using white foil. So 100%, if you've used it before, I'm gonna take all of your advice. Hey, Miss Judy B. Yeah, Lisa said maybe it was too hot. 3 is the normal setting we always use and the one that's recommended by the the Mink People and Michelle. We could always try it on a 2 though, next time. And we are going to tuck these little butterflies under a little bit, even though they're popped up with the foam. They can still be under that sentiment. Got it. And it says it's just a learning curve. We got to just experiment. You guys know I'm not afraid to do that. There we go. Wishing you the best with our cute little butterflies. And I love them going over the edges onto the black mat that we have. All right. And we have, I'm thinking like the lilac, maybe flamingo, maybe both. Lilac and flamingo. And then I will show you guys those sneak peeks and we'll wrap up. Trying to think of what our options are for tomorrow's sneak peek so you guys can vote now. We can, I can get the wheels turning. Maybe. Two purples up here and a big pink. Just kind of continuing that diagonal shape, but this is going to add that extra shine. So because of the teal dots in the background, these aren't going to like scream out, but I think that's even prettier when you just catch the like hint of shine, especially with the sentiment being foiled. I love that. This one's a good one, guys. You know, sometimes I struggle with placement and if they should have them and if it shouldn't, and this one just like speaks to me. So you get that nice little shine. Wishing you the best. We did our 4 layering stencil background, some matching ink blended and die cut butterflies. We have our beautiful violet foil. Oof, I like that a lot. All right, let's get to what you're really here for. I know how it goes. All right, so this is one of our new stamp sets that's coming out on Friday. This is the Adore You Florals. So it is a nice, big, beautiful bouquet. You can see it next to an A2 sized base. That is a whole card. It could also be, right, cut down the middle and be half a card or 3/4 of a card, but it has enough space there that you can definitely get that as your focus. It also comes with 2 different butterflies, and I love that if you did decide to make it like a corner piece, you could have your little butterfly coming in. And it has I adore you, thank you, and you are the greatest gift in my life, which Mother's Day, graduation, wedding, birthday, so many things, right? You are the greatest gift in my life, anniversary. And so all of the sentiments and the butterflies and the large image are all, the dies are all available. I just love it. It's so beautiful. Okay. And then we have this guy, which is a beautiful solid stamp images of these beautiful butterflies. And I love that these are kind of more like mothy, right? And they have roses, the florals, these kind of like peony roses. This one looks like a very like witchy or like even like cottagecore with like the little flowers and stuff, and then just this little guy. And they have the coordinating dies because these are the same shapes, right? So you only need the 3 dies. And then you get never give up hope, you are amazing, and look for the beauty in each day. And I will tell you one more look at my sneak peek for my card for Friday. These are what I did my background with. I heat embossed those solid images with the icicle embossing powder onto my black cardstock. So it's just this like fun, shimmery background, right? Tone on tone. But these are beautiful. And you could easily do the same idea of what we did here, but with stamped and die cut butterflies, which we will do. And then the last sneak peek that I'm going to share with you guys tonight, I am ridiculously excited for because I love a brick background. We finally got a brick embossing folder. The brick 6x6 embossing folder. And I really love it because it's not, let's see if I can get you up close enough. It's not a perfect smooth brick. It's got little dips and edges and little notches. It's like a little bit rustic, a little bit worn, weathered. And I mean, this could be a beautiful, soft, just plain white kind of tone on tone for your butterflies and your florals, or it could be super dark and grunged and brushed and splattered for Halloween. It could be red brick for Christmas with like Santa in front. I don't know. There's just brick is just the like best all-purpose background in my opinion. And I love that it's a little bit worn and not like a pristine brick. So those are all of our sneak peeks for tonight. I'm just going to say I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be here at 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Wednesday, instead of Thursday. So this week we're doing Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's do a poll really quick. Let's see, what else do I have here for tomorrow that I didn't already just show you? We have one Mommy Lay cutesy like critter kind of stamp set. We have some full panel foilables we could do. And we have some very graphic, bold, large dies. So would you rather see some full panel toner sheets where the whole card front would be like a one foilable? We could do like a whole set, right? Would you rather see that? Would you rather see coloring of some Mommy Lay cutesy critters? Or would you rather see some bold, large die cuts, like standalone die cuts on a card front? You can leave your votes in now. You can leave your votes in tomorrow morning. If you're watching this in the replay, you can leave your votes in until probably about 2 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, and I will go through and get everybody's votes. And that's what I'll still show you everything tomorrow. But whoever gets the most votes between the critters, the die cuts, and the foils, that is what we will make tomorrow night. So I appreciate all of your comments and your votes and your support and all of your positive energy helping lead me to this beautiful card that I feel like just came together so well. So yeah, I'll see you back here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Tell your friends, right? Be like Karen, tag them all in the comments ahead of time so they can come hang out with you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, happy crafting.